This is J. Krishnamurti's first discussion with teachers and students at Brockwood Park, 1969.
What are we going to talk about?
What is it when you want to be a part of the group and not really that you are trying it, but you feel that there's a possibility for communication, and still you are not part, and there seems to be separating.
I don't understand the question. I don't know. I think they wanted to discuss something special, didn't you?
About dissection.
About dissection.
About?
Dissection. We were wondering about the question whether we should dissect animals in biology.
Oh! What do you all think?
Some of us say no, some of us say yes.
Is this question a partial question or in context of a whole way of living? You follow what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a momentary and immediate question which has to be answered? Or is it a question that involves our whole conduct and behavior and way of thinking and living? Do you want to deal only with that specific question, independent of the rest of the problems?
Sure. I don't know. I think that being part of our living, you can't just separate it. You can't say.
I mean, dissection is involved cruelty, isn't it? That's the basis of it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if I'm not cruel in one direction, but I'm cruel in all the other directions, it is very little meaning. I don't know if you follow what I mean. So do you want to take the whole question of cruelty or only deal with a particular form of cruelty?
But first, is dissection only cruelty?
We'll go into this cruelty, knowledge. It is necessary if you're taking science or biology or whatever it is. But wouldn't a larger question involve the little smaller question? The greater includes the lesser. Do you want to deal this particular question in that way, or only take this one question and move on?
Mathematic.
The bee was trapped.
What do you say, please?
I think maybe we can go into the more general question, even if we want to come back later to the part.
I think that's the only way it seems to me that's the only way to deal with a question of this kind. Take the greater and then discuss the lesser afterwards, the particular and the general. The general first and the particular later. Would that be right?
Yes.
Will you deal with those questions always that way? And not concentrate on the particular and forget the rest of it? Can we do that? Right? So what do you consider the general question?
I think it is again a question of sensitivity.
And let's approach it differently. Let's leave that for the moment. What would you consider is the basic question in all this?
What is cruelty? What cruelty is?
Is it cruelty?
What is right action? Because dissection, cruelty, they are all actions.
What would you say, sir, ladies, on that? What would you consider the greater, which includes the lesser?
Is it the taking of life?
Is that it?
But we must know what life is in order to discuss this, because taking life can be
Of course, if you deal with cruelty today, you have to deal with ambition tomorrow, and you have to deal with violence the day after, and fear the day after that. Quite a long list.
Wouldn't it? Life, just living, and what the right to live is, I mean, what life means to us, and in relationship to what life is to other living things, whether it be animals, plants, other human beings.
Yes, what would you consider the greater question, sir? I don't want to suggest it because you're all stuck.
What's the problem of being confession?
Relationship.
What is right and what's wrong?
Huh?
What's right and what is wrong?
Isn't it man's relationship to the world? Whether he uses the world and exploits it just as a tool for his own ambitions, or whether he has a sensitivity in which he respects the world and life. Because it seems everywhere that man, in pursuing scientific knowledge, is frequently destroying the world or abusing the world.
Can't we try to find out why there is separation between human beings and the world? Are they not related, and what makes them separate, and therefore what makes human beings do what they do to the world?
Do we understand our actions?
Would you say, I'm just asking, not imposing this, seeing what the world is, wars, divisions, racial prejudices, competition, ruthless inconsideration for others, out for oneself, religious wars, religious intolerance, nationalism, there it is. When you see that, the whole of that, and the particular form of your question, the particular question you have, what relationship has that total to this? Right? Because I may not dissect, I may not eat meat, but it must be related to the whole thing, otherwise it's very little meaning. I may be a vegetarian and go and kill somebody, get angry, get violent, competitive. So seeing the wars, the antagonisms, the hatreds, the group formations, you and me, yours and mine, what would be the question out of that? There is the map in front of you, of the world, of which you are part. The quarrels, the religious dogmas, beliefs, all that's going on in this murderous world. Going to the moon, living under the seas. What would be the question that would answer this particular question? Seeing the whole of that, what question would arise out of that which would answer the particular question which I have in mind? Would that be the right way of putting it? I'm just asking, please, I'm not asserting anything. The spirit of militarism is cruel. Is ugly. And the society in which we live supports that. The generals,
Wouldn't it,
First see the whole map. You follow? The whole of it, see it, and then you'll ask that question. Take in the individual competition, the individual ambition, the collective ambition as a nation, the economic structure of a society which may not want war but is helping to create war. It may not destroy another people, but it will destroy them economically. The competitiveness, the ambition, the brutal drive, the aggression, the utter lack of affection, consideration, love, compassion. You follow? If you saw all that around you, and you say, shall I dissect or not? You follow? You'll answer it rightly if you see that. If you see the whole question. But taking that particular question by itself will have little meaning. I don't know. Right. Right? Now, how would you ask the question? What is the question that arises from seeing all this? The general and the particular.
With all the cruelty there is in the world, would this little bit more cruelty help it?
Yeah, what would be your question of what?
Well, there's so much cruelty in the world, then why should I add to it by dissecting?
No, much greater question is involved in this. Go into it, my lady, you will see it.
Why is there so much cruelty in the world?
All right, why is there so much cruelty, aggression, and so on? Is that what you would ask? Which means what? You are separate from the world.
No, why do I feel?
Go into it a little more.
Why do I feel toward other people cruelty, or why do I want to...
Which means what?
That I'm just like everybody else.
Which means what?
Which means that everybody in the world is cruel and has those
Go on, spin along.
Nations, everybody. Nature?
So, you are the world.
Yeah.
Huh? Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
If you feel you are the world, which is the world of the army, the competitiveness, the aggression, the brutality, the lack of sensitivity, consideration, all that, you are part of that. You are not separate from that.
I feel the same thing.
You are that. You are that.
Mm-hmm.
Then, what is the next question?
If you are if you are that, then can you be free of that?
So, which includes the particular cruelty, which we began. And yet you must have knowledge. See the difficulty in all this. It is so simple. Through dissection, you will find out more and more and more. That's part of science. You have to bear that in mind all the time. You have to have knowledge. You can't go back to savage state. So you must have knowledge. And yet, can you live in this world, as somebody suggested, freely? Go on, sir. I don't want to supply the question because I know what I know. Go on. Don't stop. Push. There are tyrannies, dictatorships. One party dominating the whole of the world, like the Communist Party, which won't allow any other party, any other group to come into being. They will destroy, like Czechoslovakia, for their ideals.
Why are we intolerant of other people?
Don't reduce it so quickly. That's very small. Go on. Push.
Why is there intolerance?
You said, somebody just now said, as I am the world is part of me. How am I to live in the world? I'm putting the question. How am I to live in this world, free of all that, and yet live with great knowledge, right? And live with peace, and feel for the unity of mankind. Right? Am I putting this question for you, or you're putting this question? Man has always hungered after freedom. And he wants peace too. Though he lives for himself, he says, I must live with brotherhood, with kindliness. I can't, otherwise I'm destroying myself and others. So these are the fundamental things he wants, doesn't he? Right?
Yes.
Freedom, peace, and whatever word, love or compassion or brotherhood or these three things he wants. And also he wants great knowledge. Otherwise, science, which is nothing, you follow? You must have it. So these four things are essential. Are they compatible? You understand what I mean by compatible? Do they go together? Can I live freely, be free, and yet have great knowledge? Can I be at peace, and yet be free? Which means, can I live with sense of brotherhood, kindliness, love, compassion, whatever unity of mankind, and have peace at the same time? Wouldn't you put that question? Why didn't you put it? I'm not being rude,
Yes,
sir.
no, I understand. I still got so many other little thoughts in my head.
Why? Go into why?
Because I'm involved in so many small things. Things that go on.
Go into it, sir, you'll find out. Because, if I may suggest, may I? Little suggest? You are stuck with one question. The biological question, studying biology requires a dissection and so on. And you say, by Joe, what am I to do? Good? Is it good or is it bad? Is it kind or unkind? That you went revolving around that question. You didn't say, let's leave it for the moment. I'll answer it. Let's look at the bigger. I don't know, you could.
No, but...
Do you understand what I mean? All right, let's see. Isn't that what man wants in the world? The major question, in which the little minor question is involved. I mean, after all, the whole world is going through a revolution. They don't want the established order, the hippies. They don't want kings and queens and all the circus around it. Right? They don't want armies. But they haven't worked it out in themselves properly. They're confused about it.
They form them again.
Yes.
They do it all over.
That's it. So if this is the question, the major question that you're concerned with, freedom, peace, and let's use the word, if I may, compassion. If that is the major question, how will you resolve it? And in the resolution of it, the little one, the minor question will be answered. I don't know. Right? Or am I stuck with the minor question? Because I have to answer it immediately. Because of the government, because of ordering books and the professor coming and so on, so on, so on. Then I won't look at the major question.
But if we allow that to happen, there's always a rush.
That's it.
There's always.
Of course. So I'm not going to be, for the moment, concerned with the minor question. Because I feel if I can understand the major question, then the little question will be answered. I don't even have to ask. Are we discussing that way?
I don't think so. I think it's the other way around. As so far, some question arises which suddenly...
So you are concerned with the immediate solution of a problem which may arise next minute. You don't regard the whole thing and in relation to that, bring order here. Which means, if I may point out, you are not living with the larger issues, with a larger field, but only living in a small field, a small corner of the field, with all its problems, you follow? So can we move from the little corner into the whole field?
You mean not only now, but from...
I mean, all the time.
And without being unable to deal with those little problems
Of course,
that arise.
obviously you must deal with them. But you see what happens when you are working on the whole field, the corner doesn't exist. It is part of the field. You don't separate the field into corners, into little parts. Right? Get it?
Yes.
Huh?
Then the problem doesn't.
Don't jump into it yet. right? If the whole field demands intelligence, that very intelligence will answer the question that may arise immediately. Right?
But how do you deal with the totality of the soul?
We're going to do it. Let's first get the thing clear between ourselves. Are we concerned with a particular corner of the field or with the whole field? The particular corner in this case is biology, with all its problems, dissection and so on, so on, so on. Are you concerned with the corner of the field or with the total field? If you are concerned with the total field, there is no corner. And being concerned with the total, you will answer the part. Inevitably, you can't help it.
Well, if we understand that we are the world.
Yes. Now begin from there.
But how we don't consider that we are, I mean, we live in the world, but we don't do as what the world does.
I repeat, we are the world, we are cruel.
Yeah.
We are nationalistic. We are competitive.
Yeah.
I want to be better than somebody else.
Yeah.
We are aggressive, thoughtless, brutal. No. That is the world which is me. So me is the world.
So, but I know that this makes a misery.
Wait, it's not a question of misery or this is the fact.
Yes.
Now, can I change that fact? Can the mind change the fact? Can the mind change itself so that it's no longer cruel and all the rest of it? Competitive. And in the doing of which the particular will be answered. You follow it?
But there is one more fact which is also the world and me. There are separations.
I'm not separate.
I am not, and still I am. In the sense, I have
no,
a
sir.
feeling of separation.
No, because we have said the world and me are two separate entities. Right? We take that as an axiom. But the world is me. I'm frightened, I'm ugly, I'm brutal, I'm competitive, I want bigger, better houses, this, and all that going on in me. And what my neighbor wants that, whether he is in China or he is in India or he is in America.
But in the immediacy of the feeling, there is also the feeling of myness, whether it is anger, whether it is cruelty. Abstractly, I know it is the world, but
we'll come to that in a minute. First, do I feel that I'm the world?
Not abstractly.
not abstractly.
Not abstractly.
Really?
Abstraction is just a plane. You see, how am I to live? My question would be, seeing all that, how am I to live intelligently, so that I will live a life in which there is none of these things. which means how am I to live intelligently? Intelligently being free, live at peace, and have this feeling of compassion. How can I live in this world, which is part of me, with this feeling? Right? So I want to be free. Because I see what the world is doing is not freedom, it's destruction. And there must be peace. So can I live a life of intelligence in which intelligence answers freedom, peace, compassion, you follow? And the particular problems that may arise. Can my intelligence function so actively, so completely that it answers every question? Are you getting it? Am I making myself clear? As we said the other day, intelligence implies learning. Now I'm going to learn what freedom is, what peace is, what compassion is. There is a learning about these. And therefore the learning which is intelligence, is going to answer a particular question of biology. If I take the particular question in biology and try to answer it unrelated to the total, I remain stupid. The mind is stupid. Right?
Well, then it would be somebody else's answer.
No,
Really?
no.
If I just took the question of dissection and didn't understand fully why yes or no.
Yes, right.
And the only way I would be able to answer otherwise would be somebody else's answer.
Right, right. So, there must be learning about freedom. About peace, about compassion, and about biology. Right? I can't leave one out of... I can't separate freedom from peace, peace from compassion biology. They all hang together. They're not separate. All right, sir? So in learning about all this, the mind is becoming intelligent, is intelligent. Learning is intelligence, right? Not is becoming intelligent. Learning is intelligence. When I have this intelligence which is learning about peace, freedom, compassion. I'm going to learn about biology. Learning about biology. You follow? Therefore, I will approach the biological question intelligently. I say this right, this wrong, this should be done, this should not be done. Right? So is the mind capable of doing this? Your mind, my mind, or hers mind, is it capable of learning? After all, when you learn mathematics, you have to apply, you have to pay attention, you have to watch, you have to read, you have to look, you have to be tremendously accurate. So, in learning mathematics, your intelligence is operating. Learning, as we said, is intelligence. Intelligence is learning. Now, the mind, now we're going to learn. Learning, as we said, is intelligence. Now, learning about freedom, or any other thing, biology, anything. Learning. Because I took freedom because it's one of the most essential things man demands, must have. Like a plant, it must be freedom to grow, to function, to live. Okay. The learning, we said, is intelligence. Now, what is there to learn about freedom? Because in learning about it, I will learn also about biology. You follow what I mean? The two are not separate. So, in the greater, the lesser is included. But in the lesser, the greater is not included. So let us learn, look, observe freedom. What is involved in freedom? We are taking freedom because it's one of the most essential things in man. Man demands, even in the most tyrannical governments, there is always the most intelligent crying against tyranny. As they are doing in Russia, the writers, the intellectuals say, for God's sake, let's have some freedom. And the religious people put it, we can't have freedom on earth, but in heaven. You follow?
But isn't the freedom that we are facing a kind of reaction?
So let's find out. Don't state it. Is it reaction? Because I'm in prison, I want to be free. Is that a reaction? You hold my hand tight, my arm. You won't let go. my reaction is to free myself. Is that, would you call that a natural, healthy reaction?
Well, maybe or not.
Huh?
Maybe or may not.
What do you mean?
Well, for instance,
If I hold his hand affectionately, that's a different thing. But if I hold it with anger, with annoyance, with aggression, he says, God, he'll fight me.
but if you pull back, it's liable to hold on tighter.
Yes, therefore, but that's because he wants to be free. So here we are, a group of people living in the same house with different reactions, different objectives, different bodies, different way of looking, with small minds, big minds, with open hearts and closed hearts, with bruised minds and free minds. Here we are. Can we live together freely? And yet not hurt each other? And freedom doesn't mean doing exactly what you like. Does it? Can you do what you like?
So you mean a freedom is in a certain state?
Certain, I won't define it yet. No, don't let's define it. Go into it, learn about it. You say, I must be free. And so, do you think freedom consists in doing what you like?
No.
Huh?
No.
Why?
Well,
Getting up when you like, going to class when you like, bathing when you like, eating when you like. You follow what I mean?
yeah.
Because what you like depends on bondage. I mean, it's something, it's not freedom. It's something which is in you, but which has a cause.
No, I ask, we say I need freedom. We need freedom. Does freedom imply doing what one likes?
No.
Yes.
Huh? Huh?
No.
You're going to say, learn. Don't say yes or no.
Okay. I think it does, because it's
You haven't answered, you haven't listened to my question. Listen carefully. You're going to court. I asked you, wanting freedom, does it imply doing what you like to do? What you like to do? What you?
You catch your,
Huh?
doesn't you catch your and stop your freedom?
It's part of it, isn't it? I say to myself, I want to be free and I will do what I like. Can you do what you like? Ever? Without knowing what you are like? You understand?
Liking a particular thing is not freedom.
No. Look, I feel I must be free living with this you. Because you talk about freedom a great deal. And I say, all right, I want to be free. And so I will do what I like. Right? turn up to meals when I like, all the rest of it. That's not freedom, is it? Why isn't it? Don't go into it. I'm answering, why isn't it freedom when a man says, I will do what I want to do?
Augustine tried to answer this question with saying, love God and do what you like. By which he meant, if you feel the whole, what you like to do will be in accordance with the whole.
Of course.
And therefore you can do what you like.
But you see, learn about it, look at it.
It's freedom. If this world is not freedom, which it isn't, it's a fact. And I am the world. I am aggression.
Exactly.
And all these things.
And so when you do what you want to do, the world is doing it. Got it? Yeah. So that is exactly what everybody is doing, secretly. So I've learned something. That I can never say to myself, I'll do what I want to do. Because I'm part of the world and the world is mad. If I do what I want, I am part of that madness. So that idea, concept, that way of looking, feeling, ends. Right? So that's freedom. You follow? That is not to think in terms of the world. The world says, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm aggressive. Who are you to stop me? Before, the religions tried to stop him from brutality by saying, behave, because of fear of God, fear of heaven, fear of hell. But all that has been brushed aside. And so he says, I'm doing what I want to do. I like the army, so I've got to join. I hate business, so I won't go near it. You follow it? So as long as I think and function in terms of the world, there is no freedom. Right? So am I living that way? Not abstractly, but actually, daily. Am I living a way of life in which the world doesn't enter? The world being ambition, you follow all that. Otherwise I'm not free. If I hate you because you took my wife away or you took my money away, or you hit me or insulted me, I'm part of the world. And to be free implies not to be of the world. Actually, not theoretically.
First thing is we also learn is what is the world.
I've told you what the world is. What is the world? My property, my wife, my job. I believe in this. it is my opinion, I am a labourite, a socialist, a communist, Catholic, non-Catholic, and so on. That is it. That's the world. Hitting each other, biting each other, competing with each other, destroying each other. And the world is me. I made the world. Because I am competitive. I am angry with you. So as long as I belong to that world, I cannot be free. Right? So I'm learning about myself, who is part of the world, and in learning there is intelligence. Right? Intelligence implies freedom. Not doing what you like. So I've learned there's a tremendous learning that the mind has become extraordinarily intelligent. And with that intelligence, I'm going to answer the question of biology. Right? But without that intelligence, you say, well, it's cruel, it's not cruel, it's the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do, you will belong to the rest of the world.
What is knowledge fit into?
Huh?
What is knowledge fit into?
Yes. Beg pardon?
What does knowledge fit into?
Knowledge fits into it, quite. Where does knowledge fit in?
Yes.
Where does it fit in? Because there must be knowledge. Living is part of knowledge. To function properly, I must know. If I'm going to be a doctor, I must know the anatomy of the body. To know the anatomy of the body, I'll find out whether I can learn about it without cutting human beings up or animals up. Whether the governments will allow it. Whether the educational authorities will allow me to learn, acquire knowledge without cutting up.
And also, can I get the knowledge?
Without
by letting somebody else do the cutting up for me, previous. Because otherwise, no physical biology would be written if somebody hadn't done the cutting up. And am I part of that?
See what has happened to my mind? To the mind? It has become wider, deeper, alert. You understand? It's active, not just say this right, this wrong, this is stupid. Then I can inquire into peace, into compassion, into anything I want. After all, the function of a place like this is to have that intelligence, not just to sort up some books. And can the teacher, in instructing, can he bring about this intelligence in instruction? In teaching mathematics, can he teach it so that the intelligence is awakened, the learning? Or with that intelligence you're going to operate with regard to freedom, peace, and all the rest of it. So, you understand? Learning mathematics is to learn to be intelligent. Learning is intelligence. In learning mathematics, intelligence being awakened.
Yes.
which means in learning mathematics or anything, discussion. Free discussion. So that the teacher and the pupil are related through discussion. Not I know and you don't know, therefore I'm going to tell you. That's not. I don't know if you follow me. Don't you better stop? I think better because we are always in study.
Yeah.
We won't intervene.